Okay. Shalom to everyone. Thank the Most High for this Shabbat. Thank the Most High for His Son, Yeshua in the Hebrew, uh, and the Holy Spirit, the Ruach. Now, I want to get into this information in regards to uh, Black Lives Matter. Now, I've done some research on that particular term itself. Um, but what I want to get into today is because, earlier in the week, someone said sarcastically, "Hey, man, you take life too serious," or why are you always serious, in regards to, just not really, at the workplace, kind of like, I don't want to say I'm totally antisocial, but certain things I just don't agree with, or my mind is always into something else, uh, based on what's going on with our people, in particular, the black person, okay, the so-called black person in the world. All right, now we know that there are cops killing us. Okay, we have, we kill ourselves in the streets, and what I want to do is in this actual video is just see if I can answer that question on a serious term. Why are you so serious? Like, you seem like you have a lot on your mind. Now, some of us are tuned just to be different. If you're not always smiling, or you not always goofing around, or even though I have a very playful, I'm a playful person, but sometimes people will, you know, look at me and say, "Hey, man, something must be wrong with him." But it's not to the point where it's nothing wrong with me. It's just something wrong with the system itself, the way it's set up. Now, what I mean by that is this Black Lives Matter issue, right? Let me just get into some information on that. Okay, I just want to, so people will know the reason why I am taking things a little serious nowadays. Okay, so we just in this video, I'm just going to concentrate on the so-called Negro in America. Okay, now usually when you hear the term Black Lives Matter, you're going to find out that it's kind of like geared to the the black man, even though our sisters do go through a lot. You know what happened to Sandra Bland, and I actually made a video in regards to that, and so we know what's going on, right? So I want to look through some information on this, and we're going to find out what I'm about to get into and see if it, you know, we it's like when you have to be very careful. This is what I want to get into. When the media, or when there's a big amplification or something that's magnified to the point where it's viral or mainstream has taken this information, and the term Black Lives Matter. Then you got in October, I believe, you have the Million Man March that's about to take place. All right, now this is what I want to show you on what they're really pushing. All right, let me just show you something here, and hopefully this comes out the way I want it to. Now, there's an article that says, uh, give me a minute. White officer pepper sprays crowd at Black Lives Matter summit. Cleveland. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is read some excerpts of that. It says a transit police officer has pepper sprayed a crowd in Cleveland protesting the arrest of a 14-year-old at a Black Lives Matter conference inspired by police brutality. Okay. The incident occurred near Cleveland State University in the city's downtown, where the first Black Lives Matter conference was taking place. More More than 1,200 participants spent the weekend organizing and discussing a range of social justice issues. According to the Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority, its officers were taking an intoxicated teenager bus ride to a police station just as the conference was ending about 5 p.m. A large crowd blocked the squad car and tried to get the youngster out. One of the officers turned and began pepper spraying the crowd. Other law enforcement agencies responded, including Cleveland Police Department. The youngster was taken, examined in an emergency medical service until and released to his mother about 6 p.m. No arrests were made. The Transit Authority did not release the officer's name. The agency officers are not affiliated with the city's police department. A video of the incident quickly went viral and lit a community that is tensed from 3 police-related deaths. Now, I'm not going to read the whole article, but what I want to do is show you what will happen based on this particular title, Black Lives Matter, right? Now, let's see if I can, hopefully you can hear this particular video if it plays through this system. Let me see if I can. Now, this is just, okay, now this is the video. Okay, so you're hearing a bunch of swear words, F you and all this, and our people going out as we do. We did it in Ferguson. So that's what happens. So now what you have here is a particular race. You notice it's always, why does it have to be the European cop set up to, you would say, keep things organized in that area? Why couldn't it just be a black cop at that particular time set up to keep things in order at that particular area? And I hope you all are really paying attention on how they are going to fuel a big time race war. Now, that's not really the path I wanted to take in this particular video, but I'm glad that I went that route because we always like to look at the other nation as the blame for our demise. You can blame, if I miss a shot, if I'm playing basketball, right? I have an opponent and I'm shooting the ball or whatever, and I missed the shot. The opponent hit my arm a little bit, right? Oh, I missed the shot because he hit my arm, but the ball was already released in the air before he hit your arm. So you mad that you missed the shot. So now you're gonna call a foul. So now our people nowadays have missed and have dropped the ball. We as people are lost as a nation. And like I said, I have to go here in these particular videos so it can be stressed clearly. We are the children of Israel written in the scriptures. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. Now we have somebody to blame for our demise. We have to blame. Adam had to blame Eve. Eve had to blame Satan or Lucifer that possessed the serpent. Any way you look at it. So when we are in the wrong, we have to blame another nation. That's the way we cry out as people. Now, let me just pull, my image up here so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's just go into a few articles of if Black Lives Matter, and then let me make sure that I'm clear on this. I want to make something clear here. Give me a few minutes. Like, I know I'm all over the place. I didn't know how I was going to go about doing this, but just give me a few minutes here. Give me a minute. All right. Give me a minute here. I'm pulling up something. Now, there's speculation going around, right? That there will be another Million Man March, 20th anniversary Million Man March, right? Around October 10th. Okay? Farrakhan announces 20th anniversary Million Man March. Okay? Now, this is an article where we're going to have a gathering of 1 million people. Okay? It says Nation of Islam Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about the upcoming 20th anniversary of the Million Man March on October 10th, 2015. Okay? And this information was given to me, and I just found out about it. Like, I'm a little slow when it comes to news. And but there you have it. So I'm looking at this, right? So we got the Nation of Islam is going to have this Million Man March. Now I'm gonna tell you what. You notice how they're prompting people, getting angry, shooting out people in the streets, right? You got Sandra Bland was killed. You got the Black Lives Matter thing going on at the same time, and we have all these different factions of our people coming together. And guess what's going to happen? That's how you know you're at the very end. Now this September 23 thing, we got that going on. You know, the dollar may crash. There's a lot going on. You got Europeans looking at you all funny on the train. So it's starting to spill and spread, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. All this stuff about this Million Man March thing, okay? Black Lives Matter is nothing but propaganda to fuel a race war. And I'm going to tell you who's going to lose. Because if it's a race war, you lost before, black people, because that's not the way you fight your enemy. Oh, he's the Uncle Tom. He's this. He's that. No. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6. Okay? Ephesians chapter 6. And I'm going to get into in a few articles because we would like to have Million Man marches. We would like to say that Black Lives Matter. You know, we come together and say this, and we want to come together, and we want to do this, and we want to do that without recognizing the statistics on how we kill each other off in the streets. Okay, give me a minute here. Let me get Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 6. And you know, you want to fight your enemy with weapons, right? Let me ask you. Let me just say this because some other scriptures are popping up in my head as well. Let me just say this. When was the last time, or has there ever been a time when black people in America have actually, I'm talking about in America, have actually won a war between black and white? Being a revolutionist, have that ever, has that actually ever, have we ever won anything to an extent where we're not pushed back on the back burner? Because I don't think the North American Indian, the Native Americans, aka Tribe of Gad, okay, really won anything, okay? But you're gonna have a Thanksgiving. Now the reason why I'm bringing them up because they fit scripture prophecy, so they are the children of Israel too. If they won, if they was revolutionized, if you want to use that term, they would not be spread out in 3% of America's population in reservations. The people that won that war, Revolutionary War, or whatever, that's what you want to use that term, occupy most of the land in America. Okay? So, what my question is to those of us that want to be revolutionists and come up and, without any scripture, you want to deal with Islam, you want to deal with, we tried all this stuff before. But you say, yeah, Black Lives Matter. Who you selling that to? Okay? If Black Lives Matter, I wouldn't have papers sitting up here in my face with statistics on black murders. But we say Black Lives Matter. We're not fighting against a person. You won't win no war physically with these people or any other nation. Black people. Okay? Ephesians 6, verse 12. Matter of fact, verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood." You see how the Bible it makes everything clear. You kill some white person, that spirit is just going to jump into some other white person, and now they have the spirit of revenge, and they're going to kill. It's a domino effect. Satan is laughing in the corner somewhere at all of us. Satan is laughing in the corner. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against powers, against powers. I want to make it very clear because a lot of us are hard-headed. We have so much wax of dullness in our ears. We wax gross to the Most High. Okay, there's a scripture. I may pull that. I'm not trying to make this too long because I have class in a few minutes. Okay? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness. The rulers of darkness. You're fighting devils, spirits, demons, if you want to use that term. Spirits. The book of Enoch goes into now these are spirits in the earth. It's a lot of them. That's what's causing a lot of our people, the Nation of Islam, want to come together and try to, come. What they're going to do? What Million Man March? What has any march done for us? Nothing. We're still in the same. We're still in the same predicament. What is this stuff? Don't matter. Black lives is not just about Black Lives Matter. Okay, that's see. You use those racist terms because that's considered a racist term that fuels other nationalities to come against you. That's what they want. That's why it's being publicized. That's not wise thinking. Now, I know a lot of you will say, well, nah, man, we need to fight these people physically and come against them. Let me tell you something, and I made other videos like this. What makes you think that we are equipped or trained to fight any person? You're talking about these Europeans got satellites in space that can shoot the wings off a fly. They send a drone to your house and give you a heart attack. Okay? They put something in the back of your car and give you cancer within 5 years. You would take a pill, you think it's your vitamins, and it's something to kill you off. And you just had an allergic reaction to some pills. You can't fight these people this way. They're dealing with Satan. The only way you're going to fight these people is deal with them spiritually and let them kill each other off. Okay? And that's why when you go to Mark, verse 16, Mark chapter 16, let me finish this one here. It says, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. High places. That's where Satan dwells, in the Batraculus airs, dealing with satellites, dealing with drones, dealing with chemtrails, dealing with geoengineering. That's where he deals. He deals up in the metropolis airs in space, messing up your algorithms in your brain, throw off your frequencies. The word frequent linked to angels, falling angels. Okay? I did a lesson on that too. All right? So, verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, which means you may fall having done all to stand. But guess what? Let's go to Matthew 10. And then after that, I'm going to go to Mark 16. And I bring these scriptures out a lot. Matthew 10, verse 26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So we speak out the ill-mannered species. We speak about the what the world calls Anunnaki, which is nothing but the falling angel spirits. Okay, the falling demons, the devils now in the earth that's running the world. We speak against those, and we speak out. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So it's nothing covered. We don't supposed to hold our tongue back, revealed, and high and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in the light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. So this is how you fight demons and devils and these any European or any other nation that want to come against us. Okay? And fear not them which kill the body. So you may get killed. So what? They can't kill. The body is going to die anyway. Kill the body. All right? But are not able to kill the soul. But are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So the Most High says, through his Son, turn the other cheek on your enemy. Let the wheat and the tares grow. Because if you try to root up the wheat, root up the tares, you're going to take some of the wheat with you. All right? So let's go to Mark 16. Mark 16. Verse 17. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. That's it. That's the way you. That's the way. If it's look, let me tell you. If everybody in that Million Man March was trying their best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, they would have shut that down. They would have said, "No, you can't do this no more." But they know that you ain't dealing with nothing. You're dealing with carnality. They'll let you have a trillion man march. It ain't gonna do nothing. You marching. You ain't got no guns in your hand. And even if you did, you're still gonna lose. You're still gonna lose. So what has a march ever done? I don't care if it's a trillion man march, a quadruple trillion, a gazillion. It don't matter how many of us go that route. It's not going to work. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of space. Okay? And these signs shall follow them that believe in my name. Shall they cast out devils? Have we tried this yet? They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, when it says take up a serpent, it's talking about somebody that's trying to hurt you and harm you. You will be able to like, nah, that ain't you won't be able to hurt me. Okay? Take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. Okay, so if somebody trying to hurt you, whatever, because that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to give you some poison in your water or whatever, and you know, your heart may be skipping beats and all that crap or whatever. They'd probably put something in your water or something to try to kill you, but you still here because you had no fear. Only fear the Most High. Okay, take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. All right, now. Let me get into this. And this is really what I wanted to get into. We want to talk about Black Lives Matter, right? So I'm about to show y'all some statistics right here. A look at statistics on black murders. Okay, so we always want to blame the European. Am I condoning the Europeans? No, because they're going to get what they deserve if they don't come away from being evil. But every man has a chance, because if you can't, if you actually cannot forgive your enemy, you can't forgive your own people. It don't matter what person it is. You got our own people complaining about the white man killing this and white man doing this and all that, but there are more higher statistics on us killing each other. So I don't even want to hear that no more. That's we need to learn how to operate. And when we do this, you're going to, of course, see certain other nations come against you, like Black Wall Street. We try to do that, and of course, you're going to have some of the evil seeds of Europeans come against you because they don't care if you march and all that. They don't care about that. They worried about some little guy like me and the other brothers and sisters that's teaching that we're the children of Israel. They don't want to hear that. They are really that pisses them off. Okay, and worried about no march. That stuff don't work. It's a waste of time, man. Now let me just get into this real quick. It says, let's just go into some excerpts of this. This goes into the acquittal of George Zimmerman, a white Hispanic, in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin, a black teenager, has prompt commentary. And I'm just going through an article that happened around 2013 when the brother was killed. Commentary from the left and right about race and murder statistics. We saw this statistic repeated multiple times by conservatives on Twitter after the July 13th verdict. In the 513 days between Trayvon dying and today's verdict, 11,106 African Americans have been murdered by other African Americans, by other African Americans, by other African Americans. That's what they call us, African American. African American. So which one is it? Am I African or am I American? But I'm just going to use the silly terms that they use here. So 11,000 from that particular time, 11,106 African Americans have been murdered by other African Americans. But yet, what's magnified? The black and the white, the yin and the yang, the off and the on switch, the negative and the positive. What they're doing is they're getting ready. When you take negative and positive, what you're going to have is, in that manner, the way they're doing it, the way Satan is crafty, you're going to have negative energy. It's going to be energy, but it's going to be in a negative way. It's like putting chemicals together to make a bomb, explosion, fire, brimstone, or sulfur. That's what they're getting together. If you take a hot glass and put it in a freezer, it's going to crack. That's easy science. So they're using psychological science on your brain. Okay? 11,106 African Americans have been murdered by their own people, by other African Americans. Okay? Let's just get into some more of this, right? I'm just going to read some excerpts. All right, so let's go to statistics about blacks killed during the course of Trayvon's case. Now, of course, you could look at this and be like, well, they just trying to make it acceptable that Zimmerman was let off and he killed a black brother. Nah, I know that it's not acceptable, and it's more sensitive when you kill another nation, kill off another, a white person kill off a black person, because that happened in segregation and all that. But like I said before, we knew who we were or who we are. We would know that the Most High caused us to go through this. Now, we found a claim about murders on the conservative Super Mexican blog. It appears to have originated there. His blog walks readers through the math. He did the math on getting to 11,106 deaths in the 513 days. So this is a little over a year. All right, we counted 503 days, 503 days, not 513, but that's a tiny quibble. The blogger, citing an earlier blog post in the Blaze, stated that there were 8,000 to 9,000 African Americans killed each year. Each year. Okay? 93% of them by African Americans. 93% of them by African Americans. So we kill each other off more than any other nationality. But this is how they do it. If you steal, if you rape and rob and murder these people, only thing they know how to do is rob and murder. They're taking on the same spirit as their oppressor. That's what they're doing. So you take these people that don't know who they are, put them in a bubble, a city, okay, and any other place, which is a bubble, and they don't know who they are, they're going to kill each other off. They're like crabs in a bucket because they're like wild animals, just as the spirit of the oppressor. They're wild by nature. That's Romans 11. So you take on the spirit of your oppressor. Like I said, in Ephesians 6, we're fighting demons. So you put two demonic possessed black people in a room together, somebody's going to die. Pretty much somebody's going to get killed. That's the way it works. Okay? The numbers came from a 2007 U.S. Bureau of Justice Statistics report, which stated that blacks were victims of 7,999, which is 8,000 homicides in 2005, and said that 93% were killed by people who shared their race. Okay? It wasn't clear to us where the blogger's 9,000 figure came from. But it's actually higher than that because I know there's other information about this. Now, we want to talk about Black Lives Matter, and we want to get at the white man and all that. The white man is the devil. Nah, we the devil, okay? 324,000 U.S. blacks killed by blacks in only 35 years. And if you do the math, that's about 21 black people a day, a year. 21 black people a day. 21, okay? Let me just read some excerpts of this. And this is telling you again, what you do when you want to get information. I'm going to show you how you get information. This is one news article, okay? There's another news article that says the same thing. You got this casket here, then it's going to give you the information. You see where it says 93, if it's showing up on the screen. Just skim through. You're going to see pretty much the same information, okay? All right? It says pretty much the same information, all right? Right there, 93% of blacks are killed by other blacks. And I'd rather be called blacks. Don't be calling me no African American, okay? So they're pretty much saying the same darn thing. I wanted to say the other word because this angers me, okay? Because we all worried about what the European doing. Leave his European behind alone. We need to learn how to get along with each other before we worried about what some white man doing. Because they together putting the chemicals in the waters to make us fight. They're really pretty much together, conspiring to put the chemtrails in the air around our neighborhoods to make us fight each other. That's what the problem is. It's the water you're drinking. It's the food you're eating. It's the freaking Sally Beauties around the corner that's giving you perms, putting all up in your head, sisters, to make you act a little off. Yeah. All this junk that we put in, all this mess that's around us that causes us to fight. Okay? There's no jobs in the ghettos, but yet you can go to Asian restaurant that's ran by Asians. Why we can't run it? Then you go to other parts of the areas, you soul food is being ran by Asians. That's funny. That was really, I looked one day, I'm like, hold up, man. Soul food. That they cooking our food for us and we can't cook our own freaking food. Come on, man. Wake up, man. Black Lives Matter. What black people? We killing each other off. All right. Let me just go through some more of this mess. Right? Okay, I'm done with that one. Let me get this one here. Here's the timeline of unarmed black people killed by police over past years. So, of course, we understand that that happens. So let's just get into some information on just some pictures that's publicized. Like I said, I don't condone to it, but I want us to see how we're killing each other off more than some cop. They are afraid of you for one, and that's not really the big issue. They need an excuse. Okay, they don't like you. I mean, of course they don't like you. That doesn't, we can't excuse the fact that we kill each other off more than anybody else. There's no other race of people in the world that kill each other like us. Come on now. All right, now let me just get into this. It says, I'm just gonna show you some pictures. Okay, DeAndre Hamilton, right? Killed by a cop. All right. He was shot 14 times. And you have Eric Garner, right? John Crawford, killed by police, right? Sad. Of course, Michael Brown in 2014, August 9th. Ferguson, Missouri, because that's what it is. Missouri. Misery, it's the same word. You have the other brother there. Uh, Ezell Ford, Florence, California. He was killed in 2014, August 11th. Weird, right? August 9, Michael Brown, 9/11, August 11th, Ezell Ford was killed. Okay. August 12th, Deontay Parker, Victorville, California, August 12th, 2014. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just giving out, you know, Jasmine Johnson, 37-year-old, died after officer in Cleveland allegedly slammed her head on a pavement while taking her into custody. So she died, had a concussion, of course. Right? Now, of course, this is pretty sad. I don't, I'm not trying to, what I'm doing is I want to show you all that, yes, these cops are killing us, okay? We want to get angry at this, okay? Akaya Garley, hopefully I'm not messing his name up too bad. Brooklyn, New York, November 20th, he was killed in 2014, November 20th. All right? Tamer Rice. He was 12 years old, was killed by Cleveland police. A lot of stuff happened in Cleveland. Okay? December 2nd, 2014, Rumain Brishbon, 34 years old, shot and killed by Phoenix police officer who was mistook a pill bottle for a weapon. Really? Get out of here. right? And it goes on and on. It's too depressing. I don't want to go through this thing. Now, you see how long this is? Yeah, it's pretty horrible. But I got about 30 some pages. But I can't print out 11,000 cases in 11,600 cases of our people killing each other. You see, there's an issue when it comes down to us as people. Because that's why the Most High say we wax gross, and I'm going to show you why. We blame the white man for this and that. Okay, give me a minute. I'm going to show you why the Most High says that through his word. Let me type the scriptures in here real quick. Give me a minute. Now, the reason why we're killing each other off, and that's why the Most High says this. Matthew chapter 13, verse 15. Matthew 13 and 15, it says, "For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing." So I can tell you black people right now that's killing each other off, or about to do something silly in the streets, that you are the children of Israel, and the system is against you, but you can still maintain and learn how to work with it. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Work with the system, and the Most High will bless you. I can tell you that right now, but it'll go right over your head. No, I'm African American. No, I'm Pan African. No, I'm Egypt. I'm from Egypt. No, I'm a Moor. No, I'm Asiatic, and all these names. I'm gonna tell you again. These people's heart is wax gross because we kill each other. Oh, we do this, we do that. And of course, at this particular time, Christ is talking about something else. For this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. You have closed your eyes to your book. This is your book. You black people in America, DC, Philly, New York, uh, everywhere we at, killing each other, Georgia, Detroit, all over the place, man. We are the children of Israel, man. That's who we are. Your so-called Black American, in a Black American is actually is from the tribe of Judah. You have 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, lest at any time you should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. So the Most High is saying, yeah, I'm going to heal my people. But they have a job to do. You got to open up your eyes. Get the wax out your ears. That's what that's talking about, wax gross. You're clogged. You can't understand. That's why it says in their ears are dull of hearing. You're to the point where you're so gross that the Most High he's considered you gross. You have so much wax and build up that you're gross to him. But he will heal you. Because a cut on the skin is gross. It's gross once it's poisoned. So it's gross, but the Most High can heal you. You're like a disease. That's why you have to do something evil. So if you put a bunch of Hebrew Israelites in a room together that don't know who they are, and they're actually alpha males and sisters are queens, and you put all these black people together, somebody's gonna die because they don't know who they are. Okay, that's clear. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Show you something. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Give me a minute. Verse 32, Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Isn't that clear? We're given to another people. And thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the days long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. No might will be in your hand. So you rather march. You know there's no might there because you're scared. You're gonna die if you mess with these Europeans because there's no might in your hand. The Most High allowed this to happen to you. You don't fight them that way. Okay? Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. Didn't they do that to the North American Indian, so-called Native American, which is the tribe of Gad? The North American Indian taught them how to survive on the land, farm, crop, things of that nature, and then they took them down with smallpox. That's how you can relate scripture to actual world history. Okay? And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed all way. Always, which is Old Quaker's English to say always. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. Mad, going crazy. So if you see Satan in these Europeans, okay, not all of them, but the evil seed of Edom, because that's what Europeans are, know that we are gone mad. So if you put crazy black people in a room, they're going to kill each other. That's why the statistics are more to the point where we kill each other off. They call us African American. Verse 35, the Lord shall smite thee in the knees, okay, and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. That's AIDS, syphilis, all these different vaccination programs that they put diseases in. Okay, that's why you can go into some Africa, so-called Africa, where our people are. You got the tribe of Benjamin and Levi, predominantly over there in that area. West Africa, they give you a vaccination easy. You see a picture of some European giving some in a white suit, giving our people some vaccination for free. They're killing off their DNA. They're killing off their immunity. Verse 36, the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers know, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Wood. What is the wood? We always got a cross somewhere on our neck. We always got a cross somewhere in our house. Okay? You don't supposed to put up images of the Most High Son or any image of the heavens or the earth, or the heavens above or the earth beneath, or the beneath the earth, which is the sea. You don't supposed to put up fish because some people worship fish. And stone. That's the Kaaba stone, Islam, Muslims, Farrakhan. Let me just put up this information because it should be clear. Million Man March. Okay? Nation of Islam, because they deal with the Kaaba. That's a stone over in Mecca, which is nothing but a trading port. That's what it was before. Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan addresses the audience at the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church in Washington on Wednesday. You see this long Christian name? Whatever. All right. Now, wood and stone. Let's go to verse 37 because we think that we're black Americans, African Americans, Afro. They did change our name so many times. You can ask a black man right now what's their nationality. I don't know. I've done it. I know. That's what the answer we get. Verse 37, thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb. A proverb just mean a parable, something that you won't understand, but it relates to, the word will relate to you. Like coon, you nigger. It relates to you, but in a good way, not, but you're unaware of the knowledge of actual breaking down the words. And that's why I was telling people that those classes are you all need to join those classes that I'm putting up so we can understand the actual words behind their propaganda. Okay? Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So you're going to become another name, a byword, which something that relates to you, but it's going to be like a proverb, something that you won't be able to figure out unless you defragment or break down the word. You have to decode it. It's fragmented. It's something that you, like if you call a black man, like when we would use the word massa, You look up the word masa. I'm gonna do this real quick for y'all. This is masa. We would say that, right? I'm about to show you what it means in the Greek. Okay? Just real quick. A byword and a proverb, right? Give me a minute because it's been a while since I've done this. I think it's the Hebrew. Hold up. Masa. Okay? We're going to find out. It says masa. From the rising of smoke, burden. From the rising of smoke, burden. Slavery. It ain't master. That's what you think you're saying, but you're actually quoting Hebrew. Blood brothers and sisters. Our foreparents used to say Hebrew words unaware of their deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA. They don't know that their blood linked all the way to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the 12 tribes, the 12 patriarchs. They didn't know that. So they would speak Hebrew unaware, just by reflex. Masa. Masa. Let's do what Masa say, right? You're actually putting a burden on you to call another nation your actual leader at this particular time. And we were leaders. We were the ones that had servants, but they took it another level and enslaved it. There's a difference. People like to always use the term, well, they use the Bible to enslave us. Nah, servants is totally different in Scripture. Egypt put us in slavery. When we were, when we had servants, we they lived good. They were just service, like a car, a service. Servant is the same. It's totally different. If you have a servant, it's almost like having a butler at your house, but not treating that person like garbage. You treat them with respect and honor, and then after 7 years, you give them goods so they can have to go on for their way. Just like when Jacob was under Laban for 14 years, he just was a servant. He wasn't a slave. There's a difference. Then he gave him goods, his daughters. That's what you do, even though he did it in a sly way. So not to get off too much of the topic that I'm all over the place with, but we understand that we should know, based on what I'm reading here, that we are the children of Israel written in Scripture, all right? So that's why it says, and thou shalt become a desolation. Verse 37 is an astonishment. That's a desolation. A proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. All right, let me just go to some others here. Let's go to verse 41. Deuteronomy 28 and 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Go into captivity. Okay, you're going to go into captivity. We're talking about the children. We're reading the Bible. I'm reading the scriptures. What people have went into captivity all over the world. Slavery and going to jailhouses today. Going to captivity. It's very clear. All right, let me just get some more here. I'm just going to pull out the ones. Let's go to verse 42. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locusts consume. And when it says locust, I'm going to tell you right now, this is esoteric, which means a deeper understanding. It is actually talking about another nation will occupy Israel and occupy your land. They're going to take down your land. Let me show you. All right, what it says very clear, verse 42, all these trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. Let's see what locust is in the Hebrew. Okay? And I'm going to show you. It's been a minute. I'm doing this as I go. It's like what you call freestyle or whatever people want to call this stuff. We come up with all these different terms. All right, so give me a minute. So you have locusts. All right, you have Gazam in 1501, locust. Then it says devour, to devour, a kind of locust, palmer worm, right? So that it actually is something that will devour you like a locust. Let's go to 30 Hebrew number 32:18, which is yelek, from an unused root meaning to lick up, a devourer. A devourer, specifically the young locust, cankerworm, caterpillar. Caterpillar should really uh, make you think. What people in the world use caterpillars as a type of machine, tanks, go around causing wars. Okay? It's deeper than that, but I don't want to give out too much information now because I may want to use some of this information later on for class. But we understand, based on this video, that there's a specific people in the world that don't know who they are. We want to have Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it does matter when you understand. Let me ask you this. I want to say this in a very respectful way. Why do Black Lives Matter? Why? Why do Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter. Okay, it do. Why? Explain why. What is your purpose, Black people? If your Black life matter, what is your purpose? Why were you created? If you have trouble answering those questions, then replay this video. Okay? Let me see if I can find you something else here. Because I said something key. Now, when you look up the word Gentile in Hebrew, in the Hebrew Concordance, Hebrew number 1471, remember I said very clear, you got the word locust there in that scripture that I just read. Goyi, Hebrew number 1471, Goyi, which represents Gentile, which is another nation outside of the children of Israel, apparently from the same root as 1465. Then it says, in the sense of massing, a foreign nation, hence a Gentile, also figuratively, a troop of animals, or a fling of locusts, Gentile, heathen, nation, people. In the word Gentile, you see that? So you're going to have another nation come in and eat the fruit of your land, and they're going to be considered locusts. You see how clear the Bible makes things? But yet we want to put down the book that is actually our records, our map, our identity, our future and past. So there you have it. So hopefully this is sticking to some people's mind. I don't even know how I'm going to title this, but we need to know this information, man. Because our people worried about, yeah, Black Lives Matter, but we don't want to go into this information about our people killing each other off. Let me put up this. Okay? Class will be in about an hour and a half from now, 4 o'clock. So what I want to do is, in this here, I didn't know I was going to go almost an hour, pretty much an hour with this particular video. But a lot of us really need to understand this information, man, because we, this is a serious information because we don't know really what our purpose is. Why do Black Lives Matter? What is the reason behind that title? If you don't know your purpose, what is your purpose? Ask yourself that question. What is your purpose? Okay? And what I'll do, I'll probably make another video later on, maybe today or tomorrow, to go into that. I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to leave it that way. I want to ask people right now, you Black people that says that Black Lives Matter, why?